Let's see. Is this live? Let's. I'm gonna wait to hear from you guys first, just to make sure it's live. It says it's live, but it also sometimes has a slight delay. So I'll just wait a sec for some for people to jump in. So how's everybody doing? Yeah, let's just wait here. I realize because I'm watching two feeds right now, there is a delay between OBS, which is real time, and the YouTube preview thing here. So, says the stream's in excellent health though. So, let's just wait here for a moment. I'll just let some of the guys know in the Discord, which, by the way, why don't we, assuming it is live for a moment, I don't see the chat doing anything yet, but assuming it is live, let's talk for a second about the brand new Discord. We have a new Discord, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Discord called the Kingdom of the Lion Heart. I think the link is in the description down below. I'm not sure. This is my first time using the new feature on YouTube, doing the live stream stuff. So, because they changed the old format, so I'm not sure how the description stuff worked. It seemed to be all blocked together for some reason. That being said, suffice it to say, there is a link down there. Anybody who's watching, you can, of course, join. I fixed the link from the previous couple of videos I uploaded this week, that this link will not expire. So there is that. But yeah, either way, I guess we are live, so that's good. I don't see any motion here. Capture top moments. So yeah, see, this is much different from the way I used to do this streaming stuff. I wasn't into the whole YouTube beta stuff, if you guys know about that. So, but yeah, it says we're live, so I'm gonna assume for the best. Okay, yeah, we got MC Dude 72 in here waving. What's up? And we got Vib's in here saying found it. Perfect. Vib is one of the great people that works on, actually works as a translator for a lot. I don't know exactly how many Vib works to translate and stuff, but a lot of the manga we read online and stuff, Vib is one of the helping hands of that. As far as I'm aware, I don't know the full details of that, but this One Punch Man chapter 121, if I have that right, just dropped in no small part thanks to Vib. So everybody give Vib a big shout out and all that stuff. Let's see, we got One Nation Army saying in our wonderful Discord. Yep, absolutely. I was just promoting the Discord. The Discord is fantastic, as you guys know. We're trying to just get away from I'm joined with a lot of other Discords, probably about 8 or 10. That might seem like a small number or a big number to you guys, but I'm joined with quite a few, and a lot of them are either very slow moving or a lot of them are have a certain level of toxicity to them that I was just kind of getting a little sick of for the most part on most of the ones that I followed. Either I wasn't interested in what people were talking about, or there was like toxic levels of just insults and stuff. So I started my own. It's for everyone who wants to still debate and discuss and talk about anime, manga, whatever, right? So as long as you keep away the toxicity, you're good to join. Let's see. Minecraft God 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm not going through all the numbers. There we go. Discord Army rise up. My name's still stuck like this. I'm True Dragon Gums. Okay, so True Dragon Gums for some reason is stuck as Minecraft God 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 space 11. Okay. Sorry to hear that, man. That's an awful name. Like, I mean, I called myself Griever after a Final Fantasy 8, thing. So yeah, weird. Grimcell. Oh, okay. We won't be talking about what it means to be a Grimcell here. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really going anywhere necessarily, and I'm not going to jump right into the chapter. I just want to see, just wait a few more minutes, anybody who is late or anybody who wants to join and stuff, because I found that before. I figured my last couple of live streams, which I did, a few were about Shokugeki no Soma, if you guys have ever read or followed that. I noticed that I said, okay, well, I'm starting a live stream. I gave people 10 minutes notice. I might as well start in the first 2 minutes. And I realized that it takes about 10-15 for a lot of people to jump in, right? And I noticed that people wanted me to talk, oh, did we miss this part? And then I have to jump back and said, yes, like, I always upload my stream so you guys can actually go back and watch. When I read the final chapter as a live, I had to go back like 3 times and say, well, I didn't go back, but I just had to say, well, here are my thoughts about that part that just happened on page 11. And I had to continuously tell people that were joining. I don't know if that was the best way to do it live, but, more people join later on in the stream. So, but this is casual, guys. Once again, this is casual. I do not do live streams. I have no format for this. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to drink my beer, and we're just going to hang out for a little bit. We're going to slowly read through this. I've heard that this One Punch Man chapter 121 is hype. I was told specifically by people who know that One Punch Man is not in my top 10 manga. It's not one of my favorite series. I can borderline take it or leave it as it stands right now ever since the Saitama Orochi thing. I've been very take it or leave it with One Punch Man. If I miss the chapter, if I don't read it, I'll catch up later. That's been my attitude towards One Punch Man for a little while now. But I heard from people who understand that in that beautiful Discord I just mentioned that this chapter, yeah, you should really read this. I think you'll be excited. So I figured, okay, all right. Oh, by the way, guys, I haven't really set up any moderators in the chat. I just realized that because Keishan Prime just jumped in saying yo, and I'm saying yo right back to Keishan. By the way, buddy, we got to get back on. I assume you have all your computer problems fixed, and I know both you and I were busy with different home renovation stuff. But Keishan Prime and I used to do a manga podcast every week, just covering a few things. We talked about shortening it a little bit for different reasons. But we need to jump back on that because we were doing podcasts, his channel, my channel, kind of sharing the love a little bit there. We got to jump back on that. MC Dude 72, what might make One Punch Man for you? As in make it more enjoyable for you? Well, and please, guys, I'm just going to quickly check, but try not to mention in the Discord too much because... well, I mean, it's fine if you do, but try not to mention me in the Discord right now at the moment because, yeah. And actually, just so we're all clear, because I won't be reading it, I probably won't catch up and stuff. I can read it later, but, yeah, so what would make One Punch Man more enjoyable for me? And also, guys, just so everyone who's watching knows, I will probably start doing some more what you call, I guess, in the Discord VC, like voice chatting in the channels. Now that I have my own Discord, I might be doing some streams with some other guys who aren't YouTubers necessarily, but there's some good guys, good women too, with great opinions about the manga and anime that we like. And just because they don't review on a daily, weekly basis or anything doesn't mean that their opinions don't count for a lot as well, just as much as yours and mine and the guy with 1 million subscribers on YouTube. It all counts, right? So yeah, I might start doing a few of those. I can't promise anything when and where. I'm still behind on my current video content, but we'll see what happens. Keishan Prime, yep, streaming isn't an issue anymore. Perfect. So look out for Keishan and I, probably not this weekend. Sorry, Keishan, but probably look forward to next weekend. We'll try to get back to manga podcast number 10. We might do a quick 5-minute, I say 5, probably be 20, 5-minute thing at the beginning, kind of say, here's where we left off and here's where we're kind of caught up to, and change up the format a little bit because our streams were going sometimes for 4 hours, in no small part because I like to talk. But yeah, so and MC Dude said, what makes a One Punch Man chapter for me? Or what makes One Punch Man for me? Well, to be perfectly honest with you, One Punch Man is something I almost read out of a necessity, not because I'm super invested. It's not that I dislike the series as a whole. It's just the hype is not there for me. It's one of those things, like, have you ever seen that meme with the Star Wars thing? Like, I will never watch Star Wars because the reaction I get out of people that say, when I tell them I've never watched Star Wars, is better than any movie possible I could ever see. It's meant to be a joke, but that's kind of funny too. Like, the hype, like, I didn't get the hype when it first came out. I started reading it. I watched season 1 of the anime. I was just like, okay, I like some of the characters, but overall I was like, it's just a battle, like it's like, to me, it wasn't this grand thing that every anime viewer must watch, it wasn't like that for me. So, but what would make this chapter for me specifically, I guess, is, I don't know, like I have a lot of characters in One Punch Man, though, even though I seem to be really negative. I gotta stop fixing that. Guys, I do enjoy One Punch Man as a whole, but I just have I don't see the greatness that a lot of big fans do, I guess, that's all. So don't try to confuse my critiques and take them too seriously or too harshly, because I've been in trouble for that before. But yeah, I keep getting sidetracked, Jesus Christ. More alcohol would help me answer MC Dude's question. What would make One Punch Man for me? Well, for me personally, I think that I never had as much fun reading One Punch Man when Saitama wasn't in it. Was not a factor. I almost forgot up until the Orochi fight in this arc that Saitama was in this universe. We were watching solid, honest fights with really, always stellar artwork. Murata, just moi. Like, fantastic artwork. Some of the best artwork running in manga today is by Murata. That can't be denied. Personally, I prefer Baichi's artwork, who does Dr. Stone, Sunken Rock, stuff like that. Probably even butchered his name. I prefer it, but I can't deny that Murata's level of art is just as good. These are top tier. I'm not going to try to rank them. I find sometimes that's foolish when you have two pieces of greatness, But yeah, so I don't know. What would make it for me? I guess right now I have no idea. People are telling me I'm going to be hyped. Like, I have my favorite character, so I'm going to assume a favorite character of mine is involved here. Like, I think that One Punch Man would be far better if we just had followed Garo. If Garo was the main character and we followed more standard, I know this is a seinen, but if we had followed more of a shonen mix with seinen type of structure, I think I would enjoy it far better. I read a lot of seinen, don't get me wrong, but I think Garo is a perfect main character. I love Garo. He's probably my favorite character in One Punch Man. So anything involving Garo has been great. Every chapter, my favorite chapters involve Garo. My favorite chapter or chapters is when he's in the hut with the little kid, wounded, and all that stuff, and he's fighting against all the Class A guys. That's my favorite part of One Punch Man, right there. Favorite part, bar none. Love it. So I'm assuming maybe some Garo stuff. We had confirmation that Nian was still alive, and I love that pussy. I love that pussycat. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I don't really know what I expect. And I don't know what I expect from this series. I guess I don't really expect anything. Some chapters surprise me. I'm never really disappointed, as I said, because I don't really expect much, as I'm not... I think it's just to do with the investment quality. I just am not super invested in One Punch Man. And when I had a tickle bug of a problem, and then an Orochi disappointment. So that kind of soured any investment I was starting to get in One Punch Man. And then it kind of fell off the kilter. I've probably gotten like 28. I probably don't even have 28 people watching, but I guarantee you I have 29 dislikes for saying any of this. For not just going, praise the sun. Oh, wait, that's Escanor. Well, yeah, praise the damn sun. But praise One Punch Man, praise Murata. They can do no wrong. It's perfect. It's the greatest thing of all time, but yeah, those are just my opinions, guys. I'm trying to be honest with you. I got a comment today on one of my videos that just said, I'm glad, like, me and this person on a comment, I think it was my Taizai video, had a bit of a disagreement about how we believe the story could be handled. But in one comment, they said, and I was like, okay, maybe this will turn into an argument. And I, as I said to you guys, you want to join the Discord, that's fine. Just don't bring the insults and the toxicity. But no, it was, you know what? I like your honesty. You're not trying to just bow down and just be a people pleaser. You're sticking to your points. You're like, okay, I respect, what you said, but I disagree. sorry, I don't feel that way. I still think this is good, bad, in between, right? So I'm always trying to give that to you guys. I'm not going to hide behind that stuff. That might seem weird from a Canadian, but yeah. Minecraft God, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just going to call him Gums. All right, so Gums says, well, yeah, not everyone's going to like the same stuff. I feel like people shouldn't try and force others to like their manga. That being said, I hope you at least mildly enjoy this chapter. Assuming there's no tickle bug, no pig god is the whole chapter, no, Saitama showing up and one-shotting Black Sperm, which has a bunch of hype, then I don't see why I would dislike the chapter. Like, I can't see it, and if the guys who know me and know my opinion about One Punch Man have all told me, I think you'll like this chapter, I'm gonna assume that the chapter is pretty good. So that being said, I think we've waited long enough. We've been live for a while, so let's jump into this. I'll have to periodically check back with the stuff. So once again, big thanks to Vib, who is in the chat as far as I know. He was there earlier, so never mind. I don't know most of people's genders, that I talk to and stuff in the Discords. I assume I'm usually wrong. So, anyways, so let's see. One Punch Man, Broken, chapter 121. We get Leave It To Me, I Don't Feel Like Stopping Ever. Genos and Saitama in a car driving fast. Okay. All right. That's the cover page. All right. Translation, cleaning and typeset by Vib. There you go. So by Vib have M. I don't know how to say the name. I just say Vib. So cleaning and typeset is done by Vib. So a big round of applause, everyone, because bringing out these chapters for all the people who are super hype about One Punch Man and constantly are like, Raws are dropping, let's do this. I wish the people that did Taizai were this dedicated, because it's always a good translation. So let's see. So page 3, here we go. All right. What are we into here? It looks like Puri Puri Prisoner already. So this might... I said it. I said, MC Dude asked me, what will make this chapter for you? And I'm like, well, the one I think we should be following in a shonen style setup, protagonist setup, Garo, my favorite character. If this is a Garo chapter, I can't see it being bad unless they throw a lot of tickle bugs my way. Okay, so once again, let's see. Okay, so he's being thrown through a wall. All right, boom, boom, boom. We already know he was getting his ass kicked. Oh, damn, page 4. He's looking pretty bloody. I'm going to be stopping every couple pages, guys. I'll read a couple pages, check the chat and stuff, because I can't read and check the chat at the same time. Every time I click, the window goes away, So let's see here. Never thought my defeat would be so one-sided. And Puri is looking destroyed. Like his eyes are in the back of his head. He just done. No way, I can't get up. I'm going to need time to recover, but you won't wait, will you? So this is as far as I go. I am sorry, my boyfriends. And then stomp. It doesn't look like Garo's foot, but... So... Oh, sorry, yeah. So he got blasted through a bunch of walls. Oh, wow, that wasn't just one wall. Like, by the looks of the distance, he was bashed through multiple hallways, multiple walls. And now someone else is stomping forward towards Puri Puri, who just took a shit kicking from Garo, as we know. But it wasn't even a shit kicking. He couldn't even handle it. And it is Darkshine. Okay, I was going to mention that. I was like, wait, is Darkshine involved here? So Puri Puri is, and I don't get the hype for Darkshine. I mean, I don't dislike him, but I don't get, once again, people like rank him really high. I don't really know why. But once again, I'm not super in depth. So there will be things, ladies and gentlemen, as I read this chapter, I will forget. I'll be like, well, what about Darkshine versus this when he did this awesome feat? I'll be like, I kind of forgot that. So, but let's see. Puri laying on the ground. Huh? These legs bursting with male hormones. They are. And we see Darkshine in all his beautiful glory. Like, that is a body to respect. That's some Dwayne Johnson level body you gotta respect. Looks like your muscles have been badly damaged. Who did this to you, Mr. Prisoner? Let's jump to the next one. Puri still laying on the ground saying, Garo has appeared. I lost, even though I have become stronger, which we know about. We know Puri. So clearly Puri was stronger. He was ready. He used bristle armor. We know all that. And boom, did not matter. Let's see. The hero hunter, huh? Darkshine looks forward, cocks an eyebrow. Okay, that one panel has actually made my opinion of Darkshine even better. Like, I didn't dislike him or anything. I just wasn't like, it was like, okay, it's just a character. But that cocking of that eyebrow, like, all right, let's see what the punk got. That's a good shot. Simplistic, like it. Let's see here. We have at the end of all those, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks about 5, could be more, and he could have been just following him and walking through. But at least 4 to 5 brick walls with, I'm assuming, a single hit. Boom. Let's go to this next page, and we'll check the chat here really quick. Make sure the stream's still good. I'm going to assume it's still good. Just got to jump and check. Excellent. Everything's still healthy. 10 viewers. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to periodically have to check that, guys, because it's not like I'll get a ding or a bell notification. So let's see. So we got Vib says, yeah, still here. All right. Cool. As I said, big shout out to Vib. And One Nation laugh emojis. I don't use emojis, guys. So, I mean, I understand most of them, but yeah. Keisha Prime, lol, Minecraft God, nice, Greek or Joseph Thomas, Greek saying, I made it, yes, thank God, just in time, everyone's clapping, yeah, Darkshine's ranked high, mostly because of how he killed monsters by running through them and one-shotted Bug God. I mean, yeah, okay, like, I did remember that, but I'm just like, I've seen, but once again, it's one of those things where you can kind of take things out of context, whereas I don't follow One Punch Man too heavily. I'm not always involved in the chat, even in my own Discord. I'll jump in, and stuff, and I read it, but I might not, like, pay attention, you know what I mean, when you're just skimming through, like, yeah, okay, people are talking about Black Sperm, people are talking about Garo, people are talking about Darkshine, like, I'm just like, okay, but sometimes something catches your eye a little out of context. Someone will say, well, I think Darkshine's top 5 in the S class, and I'll be like, I mean, okay, I kind of want to know why, but I don't really read it, and then I get busy, I'm at work, and I do something else. So I've heard a lot of Darkshine stuff recently that I'm just kind of like, I think they're overhyping them, but maybe I don't know. Okay, Darkshine can beat Carnage Kabuto, however, in 15 minutes as well. In an audiobook, One Nation Army said the same thing as Greek. Okay, I mean, yeah, okay, guys. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Everyone in this chat is probably, almost definitely, more invested in One Punch Man than I am. So you guys would know. You would know more. Hi to Solo Warrior. How's it going, man? All right. So, I think that's all the chats out of the way. We can continue. See, and this is why I checked. Stream status is poor right now. I hope there won't be too much buffering, guys. I hope not. Anyways. And don't get me wrong, guys. I'm going through this pace by pace, but I won't be ending the stream the moment I'm done the chapter. We can talk about it. We can talk about whatever you want for a little while after, right? So let's see. So we have that good page here, and then we jump over and we see Garo. Garo looking just as beastly, just as bossy. He's got that aura. He's got that. I won't call it Dragon Ball Z. I will call it an even older manga that probably people have heard of or would recognize by looking at it, but not a whole lot of people. I know Naya read it, Naya D. Hemmings. I don't need to promote him. He's got way more than I do, but promote. Some Rurouni Kenshin shit. We got some Samurai X up in here. The Swordsman's Tale. We got some of that, like the aura of a swordsman, just boom, boom, boom. The hair is flying up. The level of intensity. That's what it reminds me of more so when I first saw this shot. I was like, people might compare it to Dragon Ball Z just because Garo's hair, but yeah, I see that aura. I see that swordsman's spirit. Even though Garo's not a swordsman, that martial artist, sort of idea. Let's see. He's more powerful than we had imagined. Don't underestimate this teenager, Darky. Darky? Okay, I'm a white dude. I'm not going to say anything. S-class heroes would have a hard time fighting him one-on-one. Wait. Okay. First thing, it's not a big thing, guys. I'm not upset. I'm not going to start criticizing. Don't worry about that. But S-class heroes would have a hard time fighting him one-on-one. No shit. You just got wrecked by this dude with zero effort. You're S-class. I mean, he's talking in a bit of too much of a third person for me right now. It just seems like an odd statement. Like, listen, I just got my ass kicked. It was really easy for him. We might need, like, a better statement might be for someone like, I don't know. I should keep reading before I judge. It just seems like an odd statement from an S-class hero. It could be a translation thing. I'm not hating on anybody, but yeah, just kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I'm too used to reading the bad translations and dialogue of Taizai, then having to compare them in the manga stream and taking back what I said because it wasn't really worded that way. Maybe I'm just reading too much into word by word these days. So I apologize. I guess it's not that weird. Even for someone with ridiculously unrivaled strength like you, Darky, facing him in a frontal battle would be very risky. Okay. Yeah. At least Curie's like, listen, man, I understand that you're stronger than me. You're better than me. But this dude, he's going to give you a hard time if you try to fight him. It's not convincing coming from me, the weakest S-class. Okay, so that it's starting to flow a little better. I shouldn't just judge one text bubble. I really shouldn't. I should read the whole page before I start talking. It's not convincing coming from me, the weakest S-class, but I must let you know in advance that this is an enemy Puri Prisoner couldn't even scratch. Darkshine says, okay, got it. I will crush Garo on your behalf. Alright. You look impressive as fuck, but let's see. Next page. Don't worry, he won't put a scratch on me either. Darky. Don't gawk at me like that. My muscles are shriveling up. Not a huge fan of Puri Prisoner, never was. I get the gimmick, but it's been done before. Meh. So, now then. But Darkshine, alright. Darkshine versus Garo. So he can slap an S-class without issue. We knew Garo would probably be able to do that, but now he's up against Darkshine, who is much more impressive. Now then, is there really an opponent that I, Super Alloy Darkshine, can go full power against? This sounds like some Escanor level shit here. He's certainly talking. He's talking the talk. Let's see if he can walk the walk. Okay, double page spread here. This looks nice. We got back muscles. We got Garo looking like a buff. Garo's in an animal format. He's not even conscious. Like, man, he just there like, come at me, bro. Man, this is a nice shot. This looks nice. I like this. Okay, now we're jumping away to Mr. I win fights I shouldn't with a tickle bug. Okay, let's check the chat. So, Gum says, well, the short version is Darkshine is worth his hype. All right. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Let's see. Hope everything's still working. It says here I got no data. No data. The YouTube is not currently receiving data from this stream. Can you guys just let me know, I suppose, if you can still hear me, if everything's all good. I knew you wouldn't like the cut. I wouldn't like the cut. What cut? Oh, the cut to Child Emperor. Yeah. Okay, so clearly YouTube says that my live stream is poor right now, that it's not working well, but okay. Excellent, no issues. Serious issues that need attention. I don't know. It's different for me right now, guys, because this is a new YouTube format. I haven't used this before, so you're gonna have to bear with me with the technical side of things. It's for a reason. I knew you wouldn't like the cut. It's happened so much this arc. It's for a reason, but we can't say why yet. Stream seems fine. The stream is fine. You good? Stream is fine. Okay, I'm gonna stop worrying when the thing goes from excellent all the way down to poor, because there doesn't seem to be a cut. It hasn't ended my stream, so and my internet's pretty good. So I think we're all good. But yeah, okay. So, and I know there is a bit of a delay from YouTube to where I'm talking, so I know I always have to wait a minute. All right, so we're in a dungeon from Diablo 3. Looks like the cathedral level. Let's see. Child Emperor, no messages. No further contact from Atomic Samurai either. The other child that he mentioned might still need protection. I better go check it out. The bulk of the Monster Association's forces should have been exhausted, but I have also lost my final weapon. I should probably meet up with the others. Dude, do you literally have any real weapons left? If he didn't use everything before the final weapon on Phoenix Man, then I don't know. We jump over. Child Emperor is shocked to notice. Okay, for some reason something else is opening up. It shouldn't be. Okay. So. Okay. The three disciples of Atomic Samurai are down. And my favorite, of course, Bushy Drill even, is down. There was a debate, apparently, in one of the other Discords, in Grim Reaper's Discord, in fact. And, of course, always, as I've promoted him before, go check out his Discord if you like talking One Punch Man especially. Big community there. Ian, or however you say his name, Ian, whatever. His sword's cut. He's laying on the ground. Has no arm, as we already knew. Apparently he's S-Class, though. So I wonder what... Because they ran away from the Amai Mask fight, if you remember. They were told to go away or whatever. So who did they actually encounter is the question. Who did they fight? I don't remember them after seeing them after that. So let's see. Child Emperor rushes up to them saying, no way. The top 3 sword masters in A class are all down. There's still a pulse, but these injuries are severe. We hear, ugh, Child Emperor. We jump a page, and it's Mr. Ian himself. I'm just going to call him Ian, because Ian. Is it L's or is it I's? I'm assuming it's I's. Like, it's supposed to be Ian. Ian? Man, I must be saying that wrong. That sounds stupid. Are you alone? This is bad. Get away from here now. It's still in the vicinity. Child Emperor looking. Jumps. Okay, he dodged like a laser blast or something. What the hell? Okay, who is it? Let's see. Jumping across. Sorry, guys. For some reason, things are just lagging a little. Okay, he's pulling out some spider arm stuff. Watch out. It's here. Run. That's a... Monster, hurry up and run. Oh, one of the... I don't know how... I've never known how to say that word. Like, basically, the mysterious beings. The cadre? I know it's a rank. I always mess up this word, though. I always forget how you're supposed to say it. It's one of those things where the D is silent or whatever. Man, I feel stupid on live stream right now. Yeah, so one of the executioners, one of the lieutenants, shall we say, of the Monster Association. What is this? A living organism? Did this thing defeat the 3 Swordmasters? So is this a level dragon? Somehow I feel this is more winnable. This is a more winnable fight than Phoenix Man. I mean, is that going to be respect, or is that stupid thing in the... Yeah, that's that stupid thing in the... Okay. Cadre? Is that what it is? Is it MC Dude? Is it Cadre or Cadre? I'm curious. I'm just gonna pause here for a second because, for one thing, I screwed up. I told you guys I would screw up. We must have seen the 3 Swordmasters after, and it was fighting the ooze thing. Did we see them? Feel free to replace cadre with executive if you don't want to call it cadre. Okay. I'm gonna do what Vib said and just call it executive. Okay, executives work for me. Because I really don't know if I'm saying that word right. And I will just call him Ian because E-I-E-N. E-I-E-I-O, and on McDonald's farm we had it E-I-E-I-E-N. Yeah. He doesn't need being made fun of. He really doesn't. No eyebrows, bad haircut, not an S-class swordsman. Yeah, he doesn't need the McDonald's farm stuff. Okay, everybody's now talking about the thing. I'm going with the executive thing that Vib... I'm going with the executive thing, guys, that Vib actually said to me. That just call them executives. That seems so much more easy because I've got literally, if I took every single one of you, you got the one, you got MC Dude, you got Keishan, you got Minecraft, all saying a different way to say it. Like, literally, guys, if I pronounced everything that you guys have typed out, they would all sound different, yet you all agree or something, or you all disagree. I don't know. So, I don't know. I'm Canadian, by the way. I'm just gonna plead the fifth. I'm a British Canadian. I'm gonna plead the fifth on how to pronounce. Well, actually, if it's not an English word, then I can totally plead the fifth because I should know all English words and proper pronunciation. Tomato, and stuff like that. And scallop. Being English language, half English. But yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with, Gums also said, whatever, just call them executives. Yeah, okay, I'm going to just call them executives. So, so is this the thing that was in the jar, like with the cells or whatever? I forget that chapter. That chapter bored me, the one with Fear Ugly and stuff, so I didn't really pay attention. Is that thing? So, Child Emperor, if I'm reading this right, Child Emperor on page 14 says, did this thing defeat the 3 Swordmasters? This is a level dragon. Okay. It's an executive. Okay. So, definitely dragon level. So, he's right. Somehow, I feel this is a more winnable fight than Phoenix Man. So, that means that Phoenix Man, going on that cancerous toxicity levels of let's judge all the different threat levels, yay, is high dragon? Above dragon? Or is this low dragon? Is this mid dragon? I'm just having fun, guys. Fuck off with that shit. I do not care for that stuff. So, but by the looks of it, Child Emperor thinks that this is going to be a more easy fight than the one with Phoenix Man, even though he's exhausted most of his weaponry. Though it seems like he's got a lightsaber and the Spider-Man arms and some other stuff. Okay, bloop, port. Okay, so it's a Zelda Water Temple boss. Got it. Got it. Water Temple boss. Okay, so we got some some of that Morpheus and that Morbius and all that stuff. Okay, all right. With I was better with the Zelda reference because the Zelda one only has the one like nucleus that kind of works as an eye, not really, more like a brain. Okay, stare, zapping some lightning stuff. You know, I don't give enough credit to Child Emperor. Maybe I should, because Child Emperor is dodging. By the looks of it, I assume these lasers are quite fast. You know, maybe bullet speed, maybe less, but still, like, he's dodging them, and he's just like, it's not his genius mind or his intellect or his machines that are doing the work. He has to dodge them. So, I mean, it seems like, okay, so the water breaks apart. These piranhas, these evil devil piranha fish come out of nowhere. They start eating at Child Emperor's machines, breaking his spider type arm things. It can control fish. No. I mean, yeah, I mean, the blue whale is like the biggest creature on Earth. So if he can control fish, yeah, then yeah, I can see it being a problem. It's just a symbiotic relationship between the fish and the strange body of water. Okay, every time I see anything with symbiotic or symbiote or symbiote or anything like that, I'm like, stop with that stuff. Like, Marvel got the monopoly on that the moment Venom became a thing. I know it can be used in anything else, but the moment you say that, it takes me out of the moment. I'm like, this ain't no Venom. This ain't no Venom. So, yeah, okay. But either way, okay, the fish look cool, though. Those, like, flying evil piranha with sharp teeth and, like, 12 eyes, or 6 eyes, or whatever they have. That looks cool. Okay, so they're just doing what they're said. I mean, I've seen this type of thing before, a symbiotic relationship. They're not actually listening. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So, that being said, we are close to the end of the chapter. I'll read this page, and then I'll check the chat again. Whatever penetrated the steel blade left a circular mark. Okay. Based on how clean the cut is, the attack is similar to a water jet cutter used for demolition work. I was going to say that, like, yeah, because water pressure is one of the strongest things. So this thing isn't shooting out lasers. It's shooting out jets of water, probably. It appears, anyway. It's hard to tell because it's black and white, but it appears that it's shooting out super fast jets of water at a high velocity. And so I'm an electrician, so I don't like to get wet, but we do have, like, I do have to work on pumps and stuff like that, which contain water, and I mean, the PSI of these things would break through concrete. It'll break through steel. It'll break anything. Depending on the amount of pressure and PSI you build up, water can destroy just about everything. Okay. Whatever, how clean yeah, used for demolition work. I mean, it is, but more for, like, not, I mean, it is, but there are many other techniques that are more popular than that. I mean, I'm not a demolition worker, once again, I'm an electrician, but I've been around enough giant construction sites with big-ass construction sites. I'm talking, like, a block of a city, and they never use one of those. So, I mean, they do use it. I know what he's talking about, but, I mean, anyways. Just touching it could be fatal. If you... Touching it? You can't touch it. I mean, I suppose that's what he's saying. Just touching it could be fatal. You just lose whatever touched it. If you stuck your hand out, your hand would be gone. It would actually almost... It's almost like an incinerator. It would cauterize the wound. Think of these jet streams as being similar to, like, a acute level of, like, 5,000 degrees. Like, it's just like zoom. It's just gone. It's like a lightsaber, like plasma. It's like zing, You don't bleed out from a lightsaber cut, and that's why they can slice off limbs in the Star Wars universe constantly. You can't bleed out because it cauterizes the wound because the damn thing's so freaking hot. So, yeah, just touching it could be fatal. It absolutely must be avoided. Makes sense. But at that level of PSI, Child Emperor should not be able to dodge that because he is not a physical combatant in that way. I'll grant him like superhuman levels of speed and stuff like that, but not enough to dodge that shit. Like that, I don't know. I this isn't about the Ticklebug, guys. I started to enjoy not enjoy Child Emperor, but I started to go, okay, he's not that bad a character and blah blah blah. But Child Emperor should not have physical abilities, in my opinion, to be able to dodge if the velocity is what they're comparing it to. A water jet cutter. Him dodging that seems... I don't think he should. I don't think he should be able to. I understand he's S-class, but are you telling me that Child Emperor can, like, take a punch? Like, can he take, like, I don't know, can he break a brick wall? Can he beat an Olympic level runner? Because if he can't, like, win, like, real world Olympics, like, in every category, he can't dodge this. So this is kind of taking me out of the moment a little bit. Because he's dodging this stuff way too much. At first I thought it was laser, and I was like, okay, that could be any type of speed, any type of this. But if these are literally water... Unless his arms are doing the moving for him, but I don't think they are. I don't know. No doubt about it, in a normal battle, this is an extremely dangerous monster. Still, it's great that I rushed here just in time, because I have a way to deal with you. Okay, let's jump into the chat for a minute. Let's take a break because there's only 4 pages left. This is a rather short chapter. Excuse me, guys. Okay, let's see. Seems like there was quite a few messages sent, so we'll go through it. Or maybe I'm just missing. Yes. Just use mine because it's correct. Yeah, I'm calling them executives from now on. Always, never been wrong. Oh, the one above all. I mean, how do I say this so nicely without trying to insult you? But yeah, bud, you've been wrong. No, I got nothing else. No, just that. You sure about that? Yeah, it's the water. 100%. Evil natural water appeared in the same chapter as Gums, an unnamed monster released onto the disciples. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I corrected myself and said I did forget. I thought the last time we saw the disciples was when a My Mask was involved and stuff, but then it was technically like with Gums and stuff, but we saw the chapter like after he meets up with Fuhrer Ugly and stuff. We did see the disciples one more time, and I forgot about that. I did say that. So, Keishan Prime saying, I made a similar Zelda reference. Go check out Keishan, guys. Anybody watching here who doesn't watch Keishan or doesn't follow Keishan, make sure to go check out Keishan Prime's live reaction, I'm assuming, or live review or whatever of this chapter. I'm sure it's coming out soon, if not out already. He's very quick on the uptake. He's always beaten me. Okay, where are we at? Gum says, Child Emperor without any technology is still confirmed to be at least stronger than a bear. I'm not going to ask how and why. I'm not, but that once again, that takes me out of the damn moment. That really does. Even though, once again, a bear couldn't dodge that shit. So... regardless if he's stronger than a bear, his reflexes cannot be this good. I don't like this. I don't like that the feat he's pulling off now doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. I mean, strength-wise and stuff, okay, whatever. You can have, as I said, I'll give him superhuman levels of stuff, but not to a level that he can go up against an executive, a dragon-level threat using physical combat abilities. and he can dodge dragon level speed, feet, and I don't know. Let's see. They look like overgrown rover fish. Yep, MC Dude's not wrong. Yep, they do. I like the water temple in Ocarina. A lot of people hate it because it was a bane for a lot of people. Trust me, it was a bane for me as well. But I've mastered that game so many times. Such a great game. So the one that would probably right now, not Great Bay Temple, not Water Temple, the one that would probably give me the most trouble, if not like one of the like Oracle games or something, because I find the Game Boy games a little harder with their puzzles sometimes. Not necessarily harder, but just, yeah, they're less forgiving, I guess. It would be the Lake Bed Temple from Twilight Princess. That would be the one that would give me the most trouble of, okay, what do I do here? What do I do there? That would probably give me the most trouble. Let's see. Joseph Thomas. Child is confirmed above A-class heroes in a bonus chapter. Okay, above A-class. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, with his technology, I should, once again, reiterate. With Child Emperor's intelligence and technology and his weapons, absolutely. S-class. 100%. Never doubted that. I'm saying that that's where he got his S-class rank. Saitama can't do what Drive Knight, Metal Knight, and Child Emperor do. But he's a physical combatant. Child Emperor, to me, like, what is he? He's supposed to be a jack of all trades now? Like, so, can he throw a punch and actually do damage to Puri Puri Prisoner? Like, that's what I'm saying. This is taking me out. This makes me beg the question, how far does this go? I assume Child Emperor was basically like really strong for his age. Like maybe like as strong as a human in the real world, but that's about it. He had no, like, he's not like punching through brick walls or anything. He's not like doing the 100-meter dash, beating out every Olympic record. He's not doing that. And I don't think he should. And these feats he's showing, no, man. Above A-class hero, sure, but because of his intellect and his technology and stuff, not because he can physically defeat anybody like that. He needs his weaponry. At least that's how I always thought it. Your grammar even follows you here. Yeah, Honus chapter. Yeah, come on, Greek. Greek's at work, ladies and gentlemen. Joseph Thomas is at work, so everyone feel bad for him. MC Dude, I took it as his backpack gear was assisting him. That is the only thing that would make it acceptable for me, though still a little like meh. The one says fake news. Well, if it's fake news, it's actually worse. I would rather the backpack gear was somehow affecting his physical capabilities than not, because I will not accept Child Emperor can dodge a water jet cutter. That on his own merit? No. He's no Saiyan. He's not a Saiyan, guys. He's a human being. In One Punch Man, human beings are still human beings. You know, even like an Olympic level can't do that. Like, and Child Emperor is a kid. I don't accept that. I really don't. Like Tatsumaki isn't going to, without her psychic powers, for example, if she didn't have her psychic powers, she's not going to be able to do shit like that. Or she shouldn't be able to. You know, because she's not a physical combatant like that. Her power and her strength and her fortitude does not rely on her physical attributes. You know, like Child Emperor put all his points in intelligence, you know, and weaponry. Tatsumaki put all hers in wisdom and magic. You know, their strength and their dexterity is base level, or should be. Otherwise, they're just broken. Let's see. So you can see it stabbing the ground and catching stuff. I mean, yeah, it is helping. Yeah, I don't think he should be able to he would be able to dodge it. He just has good reaction. Rip the stream. Never been wrong until now. Rip the stream. I mean, did the stream go away? No, the stream is excellent. Or you're just... Okay, I mean, Stream is healthy according to this, so I think we're okay. So I can only assume that that message is meant for me. Rip the stream. Why did you say that to it? Okay, we're back. It's been constant for me. Yeah, I haven't had an error in like 20 minutes, so that doesn't really make sense. But once again, there is like about a 30 second to 1 minute delay. So yeah, and don't forget, guys. Don't forget that sometimes it's a combination of my internet versus your internet, and if there's a glitch from my signal from YouTube to your house even for a second or wherever you're watching, that can also affect it and stuff. So that's why sometimes, like, I've had to refresh it. I have a terabyte of speed. I pay premium money to have a plug-in direct connection. This ain't no Wi-Fi, man. I got some ballsy damn internet. But even so, sometimes streams and stuff on me still fail for a few seconds and I have to refresh the page. So, and meanwhile, my thing stays constant. So, internet's not perfect. And the connection between going over large distances over all these different lines throughout, from pole to pole to pole, all the way through the country, through here, there, and everywhere, it ain't perfect. So, you're back. Stream is fine. Says Solo Warrior. How you doing, Solo Warrior? Hope you're doing good. Vib says stream's fine. Vib is awesome, everyone. Once again, I think third time I've said it. Big shout out to Vib, because Vib is the one who helps you guys get the One Punch Man chapters so early. So one says, yeah, I don't know, the fuck happened to me. It just stopped. As I said, it happens to me too, man. And I have the best internet of anybody I know. Nobody I know. Whoa, focus issue. Nobody I know has a terabyte worth of speed. I mean, don't get me wrong, it can drop to like 700 gigs and stuff, but I have the potential for a terabyte a gig. And I've tried to push it to that. I've never actually gotten there. It's a potential for a terabyte of speed. I've never had to get it that far. And yes, absolutely, I'm flexing about my internet connection. See this? You see this? I mean, it used to be muscle when I worked out. I've been slacking this year, but this right here, I'm flexing about my internet. Here, I'll. There, does that look internet-y enough to you? I got a cord there. Yeah, flexing. No, if I wanted to flex, I would just tell everyone all about the things that Canadians have done, invented, all the things that everyone thinks are American, but actually Canada did first. For one thing, we made almost all your major sports. We can go down that route if you really want, but no. All in good fun, ladies and gentlemen, all in good fun. For those of you who don't know, my wife is American, and I tease her a shit ton too. But of course, you guys will always tease me about Canadian things. Yes, I mean, look around you. You think this is drywall? This is actually snow. I live in an igloo. There's a moose outside too, eh? Keishan's right. Flexing again. 1, you can't work out. Don't want your back breaking or your hips. Nah, he's not wrong. Though, to be fair, if I had it my way, I'd be already getting my senior's discount. So, I work for a living, guys. Jesus. My back gets very sore. Sore? Yeah. Damn, admitting to bullying his wife. Okay, 1, remember we talked about toxicity. And you're pulling a bit of, I'm not even going to name the people, because you know exactly the 2 type of people from Discord that I am mentioning, that I am clearly referencing here, that you give them an inch and they don't take a mile. They take a whole country span of 4,000 miles, which Canada's like more than that or something. or 4,400 and something, 5,500 and something like that. You're taking that span with that stuff. You know better. You know better. See, I'm old, guys. See, I can reprimand all these young bucks. I can reprimand them and be like, you know better there, laddie. And Vib just laughing his ass off. Once again, I have no idea. If Vib's a female, I got mixed communication on that from the Discord the other day. I have no idea because I don't talk to everyone, so I always use bad pronouns. Sorry, guys, I'm not 2019 caught up with my political correctness. And using they a lot. I'm supposed to use they. Grim? Nah, he worse. Muppet. I'm not going to say anything. I just happened to mention two specific people who do the same stuff, and the chat has spoken. I didn't mention anyone. Sorry, eh? All right. So, yeah, Keisha's not wrong. He expects me to live till 30. That's really generous. That's generous, Keisha. I hope I'm here in 30 years too, buddy. Yeah. I'm not actually gonna get into the toxicity that one is mentioning. It's not him. It's not one, ladies and gentlemen. It's just he's mentioning certain people who are doing certain stuff, and I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'm just going to keep going with the chapter. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of people have disagreed with me so far about the Child Emperor feats. I don't think he should be able to do this, but that's beside the point. Let's see. So the next one, Lego block attack into Lego Man. Oh my God, Frosty the Lego Man? Why is Frosty the Lego Man here? Is this okay? Was it the Garo? Was it the guy? Okay. Who took my beer? There we go. I have to ask, was it the Garo thing? Because we all know I love Garo, so every chapter with Garo's hype, regardless of what's happening here with Child Emperor and the cutaway and stuff, the Garo stuff, I mean, man, I wish they had ended with that. We could have had this Child Emperor stuff started, and I could have said, okay, slow start, and then boom, end on a high note, because nothing that happens here between a ripoff of a Zelda boss and Child Emperor fighting with Frosty the Snowman reject is going to hype up more than the beginning with Darkshine versus Garo. But, is this the reason you guys wanted me to read this chapter? Because Canadian, Snow, Frosty, I mean, clearly you guys know about my Lego addiction. Is that the reason? I'm just a little curious. Little bit. Okay, so now we have Frosty the Snowman helping him out. Lego style. Water jets. Flash freezing breath. Okay, I mean, this is RPG video gaming 101. Freeze the water and smash it. Freeze the fire monster and then smash them. Make them a solid. Make anything intangible. Freeze it and then smash it. Turn it to stone, turn it to ice, and smash it with something heavy. So, not a bad strategy. But if that's all it takes to get rid of an executive, and if he thinks that's all it's going to take, if that's the reason he thought that he'd win this battle, I mean, once again, Child Emperor pulling out something that, like, I mean, no, you know what? It's fine. Ticklebug was not fine. him pulling out basically an ice-based attack, pulling out nitrogen and just blasting at someone, of course he would think of something like that. That's not out of the realm of possibility. So I shouldn't be upset about that. And I'm not actually. That's fine. Water freezes all the fish. As I thought, it can't regulate its own body temperature. Okay. So when he's proven wrong, is he gonna admit it? Because whatever gave you the impression that it couldn't regulate its own body temperature? I'm gonna wait for this. If this is the end of this supposed executive dragon level threat, that was really disappointing. But I don't think it is. I'm withholding judgment, guys. I'm not judging it yet because there's no way he ended that easily. We're not gonna have Child Emperor take out 2 executives in one arc. It's just not gonna happen. If it does, he's got to lose a limb or something over it. But where did he get the impression that this executive can't regulate its own body temperature? Because it was in a liquid form? You are in a world filled with monsters. That'd be like people in Pokemon asking why a lizard is breathing fire. It's just like that. It's a Pokemon. What did you expect? I don't know. Something about that line right there does bother me. Do I have to go back? I'm not going to go back. Actually, I'm not going to go back. But where in the realm of possibility is it that he got the idea, the hypothesis? Let's be Child Emperor smart. He's actually super smart. So he would have some in-depth knowledge. Okay, but I don't get where he would get the impression that it couldn't regulate its own body temperature. The only thing he's shown is that he can have a symbiotic relationship with fish, can shoot out jet streams of his own mass, and is in a liquid form. Nothing about that says he can't regulate his own body temperature to me. But I don't have a science major. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD on the wall saying that I'm a science major. Actually, I should hang my electrical license or something and just pull it off the wall once in a while and be like, there, that's why lightning guys are the strongest in manga. And then put it away or something, just as a gag. Should probably start doing that. I do have it in a thing somewhere in the room. Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah. There, you see that, guys? See that? I had to cover my name and stuff just in case, because someone will steal my stuff. But yeah, see, I've got a license. So that wasn't nearly as impressive. I thought I could hold the whole thing up and be like, yeah, but I also have. Not only do I have my certificate number on that, and that's kind of a sacred number. That's kind of like a social insurance number for electricians. I also have my full name on there and. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So let's see. That proves that lightning, and thunder attributes in manga and anime are the strongest characters. They're the best. As I thought, it can't regulate its own body. I didn't expect an enemy like this, but I'm still able to put the weapon I came up with to a good use. Okay, you didn't need to say that. 21. That was 21. And then 22. End. Okay. So, let's check the chat. Excuse me. Holy fuck. I'm Canadian and I just burped on air. What is wrong with me? Alright. So, last time we left off, one was talking about something about beating wives. And my wife's Latina, man. I'm pretty sure she's got 4 uncles, 7 grandfathers, 14 cousins, and a couple of fathers somewhere that would probably roll up on bikes, leather jackets, and gold chains and kill me. So, let's see. Glad I'm not the only one that thought about Lego when I saw that. It's clearly Lego. It's clearly Lego. Dan, you a Lego addict like me. I mean, that was a joke, but of course I love my Lego. My Lego is all, of course, still in a box somewhere at my parents' house, stored away, gathering dust. But of course I love Lego. I also liked Mega Bloks. Only one type of Mega Bloks, though. The dragon set with the 5 dragons and the gold warriors, bronze versus silver and all that. It was really cool. But I loved Lego. I had the original, like the old, like blue tubs of Lego. I'm old as hell, right? We didn't have all this fancy, like Harry Potter and Star Wars Lego or any of that. That shit was new. I was a teenager by the time that stuff came out. You know, when I was a kid, you had one green pad, you had 5 different colored blocks. And that's all you had. You had 3-piece, 4-piece, 6-piece, a 4-piece, a 2-piece, and a 1-piece. That's what you had. You had to build stuff out of that. You had a couple of things. There was no doors. I think there was a window. There was a couple of flat panel pieces. Yeah, it was very, very basic. When they finally got hats, like, because they always only had hair and a hat. When they finally got different types of hats and hair, it was like, whoa, like the Lego people. Man, that was a big change. Someone know when 121 chapter will be released? Archon, 121 is out. Yeah, I've been resetting One Punch Man manga website and nothing. You were in a stream about the 121. I have just spoiled you. I have just spoiled you then, good sir and or person. Well, all I see is water, so yeah. Man, Greek, I know you're at work, man, but holy hell. Yeah, damn it, Greek. Damn it, Greek. Thanks a lot. I found it. You've been listening to me like, Archon, I just gotta ask, do you have me on mute? Like, do I not exist to you? Did I just, do I amuse you? You just want to watch me flail like this, with me muted? I gotta ask, because I literally was talking about the end of the chapter. He's flexing more than Darkshine. I mean, Keishan, you're not wrong. Yeah, I remember those times. Yeah, they were good. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, the live stream's still going. We got apparently 11 people here, or I don't know. I should probably, just for hilarity's sake. Just for the sake of hilarity. Yeah, I have 11 people watching. I'm just gonna mute that. Okay, so yeah, there's 11 people watching. Oh, I got 7 likes. Look at that. Okay. 11 people are still watching. Wow. Okay, so where are these 11 people and what are y'all doing? All right, so let's talk about this chapter for a second. The chapter was good. In fact, the beginning part of the chapter had me hyped. The middle part, I think it was MC Dude said, not wrong, cutting away from that kind of hype. As I said, it's not that we didn't, like, I don't really care about the 3 disciples other than I like Bushido, but and I don't really care about Child Emperor or this Zelda ripoff, Water Boss. But if that's the case, I don't mind reading through it. I don't mind it happening. But why? Why would you end the chapter on that when you have Garo? And to a lesser extent for me, but for a lot of the community, you have Darkshine showing up. And you have built hype. Darkshine. You could have ended this chapter on that 2-page spread. Darkshine, Garo, facing each other down. Let's do this. Why? Why start off on the highest note and end on a flat? I don't... What do you guys think? I mean, no, seriously, like every time I was checking the chat, I was like, wow, I missed quite a few things from the chat, but now I'm not seeing much other than One talking, which one is awesome. One is a good person. He's a good guy. But, I'm curious, guys. I don't really have... I got to go do the One Piece review, which may or may not be released tonight, maybe tomorrow. But, yeah, I'm serious. I want to know what you guys think about this. Am I mistaken here? Or is it just because I'm a huge fan of Garo and not a huge fan of Child Emperor? Is that the reason I don't get it? I mean, because even if you are a huge fan of Child Emperor, this was no Child Emperor versus Phoenix Man moments. There was no giant supernova moment. It was just Child Emperor starting a new fight, which he clearly thinks he won, and we all know he didn't, and if he did, that's kind of bullshit. So I don't know. We got Great General Renpa saying, I agree. And then with 2 W's. And then THWMM. I mean, okay. I don't know what that means. I'm not a big text talker either, so maybe that means something. One says my comments are not showing. So now they do? I don't know, man. Were you using swearing or dropping links? Because I don't think I can set that up either. I can manage moderators, participants, and send feedback, but I don't know how to set it so you guys can swear and stuff in here necessarily. I should have warned that before. I don't know how other people get away with it because I have not been able to find that setting. All it shows me is the Child Protection Act and this stuff, that stuff, and that stuff about YouTube. So, but yeah, let's see. So, Great General Rempa said the start was definitely more hype. Thank you. And as I said, I didn't really mind the Child Emperor stuff. I think it was... I don't agree the Child Emperor can dodge like he's been dodging. But I don't mind that part. It's just that the hype was in the beginning. The first 10 pages were like, okay, this chapter is going to be... A Child Emperor is here, and the 3 A-class heroes that some people care about, but most people don't, are laying there on the ground, and we are going to fight a Zelda Water Temple boss from the 1990s. Really? I don't know. It feels like the sequel to a great movie, and it's a flop. And then you'll have those hipster people that appreciate the sequel 15 years later and be like, oh no, I always liked that movie. It gets a lot more hate than it deserves. And all that stuff. It's like, no. It got the proper amount of hate. Yeah, let's see. One says, now they do. Yeah, the start is where the hype was coming from. I mean, don't get me wrong. The chapter was still a solid chapter. That was a pretty good chapter. I'm pretty happy with the chapter overall. I don't think you should end on a low note. You should always end on a high note. And especially knowing this is One Punch Man, you can make that argument about a starting series, or a starting season, something you're not sure people will really like yet. You need to get them. You need to grab their attention. You need to pull them in. It's season 1. It's the premiere. It's this. It's that. But this is One Punch Man. This is well into an arc. You don't need to pull that stunt. There's no reason to do this. There's no reason these couldn't have been swapped like this. Would have been a far better chapter. I don't do ratings. But if I were to give this chapter a 7.5, let's just go middle ground here. Let's go, 5 being average, 10 being phenomenal. It's an average. It's a 7.5. Easily could have been an 8+. Definitely would have went up for me had just the 2 scenes swapped. That's all. I don't think you don't get it. Oh, that must be a reference when I said that maybe I don't get it, I'm assuming. I think the people who recommended it to you were still running on the hype of the first half. Yeah, and I can understand it. I could see where people, as I said, I called it before. I called it at the beginning of the stream. I said, what would make a great chapter for me? I said, well, Garo, who deserves to replace Saitama as the main character, and it be called, Garo Fist Man. or something like that. I mean, that sounds dirty, but something like that, or some of my other favorite characters. So I mean, I understand. It's just like I was building hype, and then it's just kind of like, okay, all right. It's like this. It's like going boom, 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 boom. It's like, yeah, we're at the top, and now we're slowly going down. It's just one of those. Once again, I didn't think the Child Emperor fight was bad, or the moments were bad, or anything. As I said, I've already stated my flaws with what he was doing, but it didn't make or break it or anything. It was no Ticklebug. And I kind of like the Frosty Lego thing. That was kind of cool. Hopefully the next chapter clears the air. Great General Rampa. I mean, this, as I said, I don't think it's a problem, but I do hope I get an explanation for this whole body temperature thing. That makes no sense. I don't know where he's getting that. It's not like he noticed that there was steam coming off of him when they moved their battle into like a boiler room or something. There was no indication that he noticed something, like the sprinkler system went off and something weird happened with his behavior. There was no external factor that would have led him to believe he couldn't regulate his body temperature. And that being said, why would the regulation of body temperature matter? I can assume that freezing blast breath is some nitrogen level friggin' stick your hand in it and freeze. Some dry ice level, like super stuff, right? If he's liquid and you spray that on anything, it freezes on contact. So it's a double whammy of wrongness. There's no indication he can't regulate his body temperature. And two, that him freezing him wouldn't prove or disprove that at all. Like, at all. It literally just happened. He'll break out next chapter in probably 5 seconds and disprove both these points. Like, I don't understand this. I really don't. I don't know how that's a thing. Keisha Prime says, Garo mentions Garo's moments are short, but are likely building to a time when that he does knock us to the floor. Yeah, I mean, of course, but I've just been waiting for that. And as I said, between the Ticklebug thing and the Orochi friggin' disappointment, and I don't really care about I know a lot of people love Black Sperm, but I don't really care. I didn't care about Homeless. I cared about Homeless up until we got his backstory, and I call bullshit. That was a bad backstory. So I mean, I'm waiting for that, and to, I agree. Once we have proper Garo, full 30-page Garo focused chapters, you guys will see me hype. You guys will see me way more hype. Was a great chapter overall. I wouldn't use the term great. The first half was great. Second half, as I said, 7, could have been an 8, could have maybe even been an 8.5. Drop back down to a 7 because they spent too much time with Child Emperor, and I just don't care. And they took away the hype. It's pulling the rug out underneath you. That doesn't build tension or hype. That takes it away. So I don't know. It was a good chapter. It wasn't a great chapter. It had great moments. Great first half. Neither of the two. It's too early to say until the next chapter. I mean, agreed. I respect your rating. I'd give it about an 8.5. As I said, it would have been. It could have been. Even if they didn't keep the Garo focus, had they kept the Garo Darkshine stuff for the later half, I'd probably still be off of that hype, and I would be willing to give it at least an 8. I mean, the whole Child Emperor moments were not bad, but not that hype either. Exactly. Other than the ending part with the whole regulate body temperature thing, that I know enough about science to say that pretty 95% confident that doesn't make sense. No indication of that or why that would matter when it comes to freezing water. I can freeze water in my kitchen sink. Doesn't prove that the water can't regulate. That doesn't make sense. So, I mean, other than that one thing that really kind of... And as I said, the dodging thing is weird. But, I mean, the whole Child Emperor moments were not bad, but not that high. But, I mean, yeah, as I said, they were... the whole sequence was okay. I just had a more of a nitpick with the Child Emperor thing. But I'm sure people will make arguments like, "Oh, Child Emperor is strong as a bear." That makes no sense, but okay. You know, and I just don't know. His reaction time doesn't make sense, and that regulation thing, I don't get that. Somebody with an actual degree in chemistry or biology, something. Let me know how this makes sense, because maybe I haven't done enough research. I'm pretty sure I have not researched the regulation of body temperatures versus freezing by nitrogen, but maybe I should have. Maybe I should have looked that up. Can't wait for the next chapter as a webcomic reader. People have been telling me that for a long time, honestly. Let's see. So, all right, we still got, still 9 people in here. That's nice. Still 9 people in here. Actually, guys, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break because even I can't hold in 2 beer for over 2 hours without, letting the lizard drain, so to speak. So I will be right back. But one says, talk amongst yourself. I'd like to come back to something. Questions, comments. We don't need to continue about One Punch Man. If you guys want to talk about One Punch Man, you want my opinion on something like that, we can talk about that. Or we can talk about anything else. Manga, anime related. Canada. America. I don't know. Anything. The Don Cherry incident. I don't know. Either way, I will be back momentarily, and then we will talk a little longer, and if nothing big comes up, we'll probably end the stream. But, yeah. Okay. All right. What did I know I wasn't gone long, but what did I come back to? What craziness is there in the chat? One person. Jesus, guys, come on. There are 10 people watching and nobody has a question. My God. Art of conversation. A lost art, I would say. A very lost art. Or maybe you guys are just sick of listening to me. I get that. I'd be sick of listening to me too. MC Dude says, I like to compare this arc to Hunter x Hunter's Palace Invasion, but I feel like the flow of the story is superior there. I have not read enough of Hunter x Hunter to know what that is. I know Gon. And that's like it. I never really got into Hunter x Hunter, unfortunately. There's more deep in Hunter x Hunter. The high points we've gotten in this arc are interspaced with a lot of build-up. That isn't bad, but it takes away from the rest of the arc, especially in this weekly format. I mean, isn't it a monthly? Isn't One Punch Man monthly? But it's expected as this is mostly a fighting manga. I mean, both making rather good points here. Both making rather good points. There's also stronger ties, more emotional investment in Hunter x Hunter. Gaara and Tara seem to be the main plot point of investment here. Yeah, that's... I mean, we all like to see our favorite characters fight, right? But I feel like sometimes there is a certain level of oversaturation in battle manga. Doesn't matter if you're shonen or not. Battle manga nowadays tend to have too much oversaturation, too many characters, and they can't spread it out. My Hero Academia is a perfect example of this. So is One Punch Man. So is Black Clover. You start to introduce too many characters. You can introduce a whole group of characters, like in Bleach, they do it. But they spend enough time with those characters before continuously introducing new ones. If you recall, in Bleach, when they introduced the first 13, or actually, it was like 26, 30 even, new characters. Soul Society arc, the main first arc of Bleach, the real main first, where we're starting to get underway. Within those same 30 characters, we didn't have a class of 30 characters. We didn't have a mage guild of 30 characters. We didn't have an S-class system of an A-class of all these characters. We had these sole 30 characters to be the good guys, the bad guys, and the in-between guys. Right? And by the time we learned everybody and stuff, then we got to introduce the new guys. And yeah, I mean, I suppose you could argue it, but for me personally, I think that nowadays, that's what's taking me out of the moment. There's too many characters to remember, and they don't get enough spotlight. There's not enough character development anymore. And, I mean, how am I supposed to be hype over a character? We're not actually being hyped because a character is showing up or a character is doing anything impressive. We might be to a small investment, but we're more hyped to actually see them do something. Drive Night chapter, perfect example. I was hyped for that, but it's like we were more hype, I would argue, that most of our hype came from the fact that finally we get to see Drive Night do something. Finally we get to see Garo back. Finally we get to see this. Finally we get to see that. It's a waiting game. Finally we get to see Flashy Flash. Finally, we get to see Phoenix fight against Child Emperor. Finally, we get to see characters go all out. It's like this finality part of it. And I sound like I'm picking on One Punch Man here, but I'm really not. It's a thing happening, as I said, in both My Hero Academia and Black Clover as well. You either steal the show and focus on two characters and basically abandon the rest as background fodder for over 100 chapters and multiple arcs, or you do it the way One Punch Man is, and you're spreading yourself butter over too much bread. You're spreading this much butter over this much bread, and there ain't enough butter to cover the bread. It's just it's simple as that, right? So that's the way it feels to me, anyways. Is that you have two routes to take. I don't know which one is better. I think that neither one of them is a good trap to be set in, but I feel like it is a bit of a trap because we're taking away the focus to try to focus on all these different characters when it feels like you have too many characters involved almost. It kind of feels that way. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. As I said, eventually you build up a huge cast of characters, of course. But remember, these chapters and stuff, I mean, I'm reading a series that is monthly. And it has far more pages and more chapters than One Punch Man does. And it has a lesser cast of characters total than the S-class main characters and the enemies combined. Easily. Might even be less than that. well, the thing is that you have a major investment in character development and storylines following only a handful of characters consistently. But as I said, maybe that's a seinen way to do it. Maybe that's the new style way to do things. But I prefer the old days, I guess. I prefer my Bleaches, my Torikos, my Kenshins, my Medica box, my Beelzebubs. What else was there? And Beelzebub ain't that old. Medica box ain't that old. More is not always more. Sometimes less is more. Now let's see how much hate I get for this. Still no dislikes. Okay. All right. Still no dislikes. That's a good sign. All right. Let's see what the comments section has to say. So we have. Where did I leave off? Hunter x Hunter. It's to be expected. All right. MC Dude 72. Also, there's stronger ties, more emotional investment in Hunter x Hunter. Garantar. I already read that. The one, yeah, bi-weekly. Yes, that's right. I knew it wasn't a weekly release, but bi-weekly. Okay, bi-weekly. We have to get to know the other heroes somehow as I get to why this is the way it is. Yes, as I said, I can understand that, but it feels like when you throw in all these heroes at once, it's like now you're caught, as I said, in this trap. It doesn't mean that everybody's not worthy of having this screen time, but now it feels like every chapter is segmented and takes away us out of the moment. This chapter was short, 22 pages, but sometimes you're taken away out of the moment 2 or 3 times in one chapter just to put more focus on another character, and it's like, I want to see what happens. Basically, you're taking 3 times as long to see a single fight. And I don't think that's a proper way to do it, but I mean, I'm not a mangaka, so what do I know? I haven't sold 20 million copies of a manga, so maybe I'm wrong. Let's see, we have to get to know, that's why I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because they develop their characters and all of them are relevant in one way or another. Exactly. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is probably the perfect anime. Like, there are so few things to complain about, and so few nitpicks, and so few plot holes. And even when there are, you can forgive them for other just stellar, like, you gotta weigh some cons. But if I was gonna say what is a perfect anime, like what would you think is the anime that is the most like forget nostalgia, forget what's your favorite. Like, I love Kenshin, Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha. I love these. Vision of Escaflowne. Love these animes. I know they have flaws. They drag on. There's episodes that I would completely avoid. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The whole thing. All 60 plus episodes. I think it's 63. I could be wrong. 63 episodes of perfection. Every episode counts. Every moment counts. Every character counts in a small way and a big way. I like that too. I like the fact that some characters are still in small roles. Not everyone is important. It's a very age-old thing that it's like not everybody can be a hero because someone needs to be standing on the sidelines waving as they walk by. They need, and that is such a great way of saying it. I think I butchered that quote, but you guys get the sentiment. So Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, absolutely. If I had to list a perfect anime, if not for the near mellow bullshit in Death Note, I would say that Death Note was a perfect anime up until, it happened. I don't want to spoil just in case, but yeah, the near stuff, I got problems with the later half of Death Note. Still great. Still watch the whole series, but there are that's when the issues come into play. So that is the only other contender that I can personally think of right now. Let's see. One Punch Man's presentation is still top tier and worth getting hype over on its own. I mean, I agree. 64 episodes. Sorry, I thought it was 63. 64. I'll take One's word for that. He's usually pretty good about that stuff. So 64 episodes full. In regards to what MC Dude said, One Punch Man's presentation is still top tier. Of course it is. You know what? All right. Let's say it once again. The art matters in manga, and the better your art, the more people you are going to draw in. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I know that always gets me a lot of hate. Because I put it as a definite factor over some mangas as to why One Punch Man is as popular as it is. It is a definite factor. I'm not saying that it's the main factor. I'm not saying that it's not one of 25 different factors, but it's a definite factor because Murata has such fantastic art. Put it this way, if it was still a webcomic, wouldn't be reading it. Getting hype over all on its own. Yes. One Punch Man is still worthy of getting hype over. And I should say, guys, when Garo does something like block Saitama's punch, you'll see me jump out of this chair. I'm not a huge... This is why I do review videos and not reaction, because I'm not going to sit here and go, what? You know, you ain't going to catch me doing that in every single goddamn live stream and reaction video. I'm not going to go over the top, act like I give a shit, sort of, or go, not that I don't give a shit, but like, you know, that kind of stuff. You're never going to see me do that unless... And even when something hype, as I said, if Garo like blocks a Saitama punch and we see Saitama shocked or something, that level of stuff, okay, you'll see me like maybe jump out of my chair. I won't go that crazy and silly, but I will jump out and I might raise my voice pretty loud and be like, what, you know, and that kind of stuff. This is why I do reviews, not live reactions, because I'm not King of Lightning. I'm not Grim Reaper. I'm not who else does big reactions? I guess Rogers Base. I'm not like them, where I can go, oh, you know, like that. Maybe I could actually over something I was more invested in, of course. But right now everything's kind of dragging, so maybe Valkyrie. I could see myself going, like, doing that over Valkyrie. Maybe I'll live stream the next Valkyrie chapter or something. That would be cool. Would you guys like to see me do that? Live stream Valkyrie. That'd be fun. I'll still do a review of it, but I think I could do a, you know. One says, I just ignore anything that happened after episode 25 as non-canon. I'm assuming talking about Death Note, and I would agree. For me, after that, nothing happens. Once again, I agree. It's the one anime I've forced my wife. Yes, make your jokes, one. I forced my wife to watch a few animes, and she loves Death Note. We rewatched Death Note. She loves Death Note, and she actually liked the Death Note movie, the English one, that was on Netflix. She loves Death Note. She watched all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. She got through it, shall we say. She watched quite a bit of Inuyasha. Once again, kind of just a mad response with that. And what's the other one? I just had it. Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny, because I love those. I think those are big emotional things. She didn't. Once again, she doesn't fully get the anime thing. I don't think anime is really for her. I think Death Note's the exception for a lot of people. Glad that you're not the type to do something like that, like an overreaction like that. Like, as I said, that's basically the reason, right? Like, doing an overreaction makes no sense to me. I mean, if it gets you views, I can understand that. But I don't think if I sit here and make a complete ass of myself, jumping around like, you know, like I'm a I don't know, like a banshee or a bull in a china shop or whatever they say. I don't think that's going to get me anywhere, and it's just going to take a lot out of me, and, I mean, because, of course, one, you know, I'm old. I just don't see it. I don't see it being a viable way of doing these, you know. As I said, I would get hype if something was hype. All of a sudden somebody drops a, I don't know, a trailer for a Zelda movie or something. Or we're going to redo Star Wars Episode 8, and fix everything wrong with it. Okay. All right. Like trailers and stuff. Like when I first see things I care about, I'm like, damn. The Sword and Shield controversy. I was hyped for Sword and Shield until I realized that my entire childhood and teenage years and everything I spent and all the money and hard work and dedication and thousands of literal hours spent on all these other games is going to matter nothing because they screwed up. Don't want to put the time, effort, and money into it. I got salty, so I had words. I was mad. So had you caught me on that, you'll see me do an overreaction. But yeah, I'm just ranting. The one says yes, do it. I mean, thing is, I always want to have a clear. I'm one of those people that, hey, even if I'm late, I'm kind of anal or kind of like OCD about it or whatever it is. OCD, I guess. I want everything to look the same. Why do you think my thumbnails are all the same format? So I think it looks clean. It looks nice. I'll tell you this. I returned Bleach Volume 5 when it came in because I'm collecting the Bleach volumes, of course. And because it's the release of 2019 where they changed the spline slightly, the logo Shonen Jump and stuff looks different. The Viz logo is different. I don't mind that happening. I take a knee when it's like, volume 1 to 30 are this format. Volume 31 to 45 have this different change because, Shonen Jump or Viz or somebody changed their logo style and stuff. That's fine because it's still like, okay, you can clearly tell here's the older half of One Piece, here's the newer half or whatever, right? But the Bleach one, it was volume 5 and it looks completely different from volume 1 and volume 74. So I'm sitting there like, no, this can't happen. So I returned it. And I'll order it again and hope I get the other copy. I'm like that. So it's the same with my thumbnails and stuff. So if I do a Valkyrie thing, if I do it a live stream, I'm still going to want to review it. And right now I'm behind, and I know Valkyrie's going to come out soon, and I don't even know if I have time to review it on time. Now I did this because I thought this would be fun, but now I also got to do the One Piece review. I have to still get up to date with Dr. Stone episode reviews, a Sonic trailer reaction, which was supposed to be out on Wednesday. I haven't even recorded that yet. And, One Piece, Shogeki no Soma episode reviews. I was trying to get caught up this week. I'm not. And I can only really drop a video a day. Any more than that, it's like, okay, why did you drop like 20 videos in 7 days and now you have no content the next week? Because I'm burnt out. So you have to stagger it even when you have videos. And my gaming reviews. My Let's Plays. I know the Let's Plays are literally just re-uploads of my old channel for when I can actually when I don't have time to record anything new and it's been a day or two without me uploading anything. If you didn't like the last Star Wars, then I recommend you do not see The Rise of Skywalker. I mean, J.J. Abrams said he was going to fix shit, so... And don't get me wrong, when I first saw the movie, I took away the high points as what I enjoyed. I really did. I took away the high points and stuff, and then when I realized everyone's problems with it, I realized that I had a problem with it too. Actually, after watching Star Wars with my dad, who introduced me to Star Wars years and years and years ago, I realized when he fell asleep during The Force Awakens and he didn't even feel like it was a Star Wars movie, I realized that Force Awakens even is not nearly as good as I first thought when I first watched it. So, but Mark Hamill, I'm still there. Still there until Luke Skywalker's. you make like I haven't seen the Han Solo movie. I probably should, but you got Lando Calrissian back and Mark Hamill still apparently in Episode 9 and stuff. So I'm there for that. I'm there. Rogue One was good, so yeah, I don't really like things when things like that happen. And soon, Attack on Titan gonna join those. Nope. Sorry, man. I just read the latest chapter of Attack on Titan. Actually, I know enough about the story. Actually, I don't because the chapter made no sense. But yeah, I've been reading Attack on Titan for the past year when it comes out because I'm bored when it comes out on Manga Stream and stuff. I check that. Yeah, the art still looks funny to me. And yeah, nothing really else to say about that one. He said he would fix them, but it was revealed that the director just ignored and did what he wanted, and even the spoilers for the movies were revealed. Well, I haven't checked them. You post them. I will literally kick you out of the Discord if I could. I don't... Yeah, I can. It's my Discord. What am I talking about? Yeah. So, I don't want that shit spoiled. I hate that stuff. But, you know what? I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. Because I've heard bad things about a lot of things before. I've read supposed spoilers for many years on the internet, and most of the time they're not right. Sometimes they are. I'd give it 25, 30%. But more than half the time, it's not even accurate. So... wait, why would you read the last chapter and not in order? Well, if it makes you feel any better, I literally bought book 7 of a 13-book series once. Still haven't read the first book, and I've read all the first, the third, and the fourth book, and I've read all the other books. And another one, which is even worse, I started reading book 18. No, book 17. 17? Something like that. High teens. One of those. And now I've read that whole series. But I read 17, 18, 19, 20. Then I went back and started reading 1, 2, 3, 4 stuff. So, and it's one of my favorite book series. Both of them are. So, don't worry about that. But sometimes I'm bored, man. I checked out Trail of Blood. Chapter 55. When this art is really freaking creepy. So I'm not going to read this. It's all about like some mother's friggin'... It's one of those closet syndrome thingies. What do you call that? Like when like a mama's boy syndrome, but a real mama's boy syndrome stuff, and the mother's friggin' corruption. Like no. I'm not into that psychological bullshit. You know, there's enough problems with the world right now. It's like my mother and my mother-in-law. They are constantly forensic files and datelines and all this stuff. And I'm like, why do you want to turn on the news and hear about I don't even watch the news for that reason. I don't need to know about all the murder and death. I know what's happening. I know the world's gone to shit. I know America's worse than ever under Donald Trump. I know all this stuff. So, you know, but I don't need it thrown in my face all the time. You know, so I understand staying informed, but why would you want to watch the news and then watch about and hear about something you never even knew about? Some woman was brutally raped and murdered in 1978 and we never caught the killer. How is that supposed to make you feel good? You know, I understand watching a horror film as a piece and keeping yourself informed and hearing about something like but I don't get this obsession with things like the Ted Bundy stuff. And I don't get it. Why would you want to do that? When I want to go home and I want to be entertained and I want to relax and I want to enjoy my life, I put on a movie. A drama, a comedy, dare I say a romantic comedy, maybe even an action film. Make you feel things, sure, but not all doom, gloom, and this really happened, and this is awful, and we never caught the killer, and it was 30 years, and to this day, we never found her body. Why would you want to watch that for 4 hours? you know, in a non-Hollywood style. I don't get it. Wait. Why would you read the last chapter and not in order? Yeah, you already asked it. You are not human. I cannot understand reading chapters at random. Because you should be able to pull me in regardless. I'm just saying, like if I showed someone Ichigo on the first page of Bleach and I understood where they went, the art looks kind of dorky, versus if I showed him a chapter from the Waco Mundo arc, I can understand. To use a Bleach reference to appeal to your sensibilities. Because Ichigo looks way better, way more badass and stuff. I mean, just saying. I mean, you want to hype someone up, you don't necessarily show them episode 1 if episode 1 is crap. Some of the most boring parts of Bleach is the very beginning of the damn series. Just saying. Like, not the very first episode, mind you, but like, some of the stuff in between, the Don whatever, Don Quixote, what's his name? Wah ha ha ha. What is his name? Anyways. You mean like Norman Bates or Jason? Snapback Pirates. See, I keep losing my train of thought and I'm talking about too many things all at once. You mean like Norman Bates or Jason? In reference to like watching movies in a Hollywood format, I guess. I mean, yeah, like I can understand watching something like that because you understand what the movie's going to be about. You're going to spend 2 hours and you know it's not real and stuff. I guess I just don't, even based on the true story stuff, I guess I just don't like, it's not that I don't like them, it's just that I can't understand going home and watching, knowing that these 2 little girls were killed and their bodies were never recovered. You can take yourself out of the moment when it's Hollywood. Even something like a character death in a movie, like major ones, right? You understand it's still a movie. You can get very invested in your movies and your media, your characters, your manga, your anime. I don't care what it is. But at the end of the day, it's fictitious. It's fiction. You feel something, that's great, but you know that, the Batman's parents never died because Batman isn't real, right? I'm sure there's some psychopath that believes Bruce Wayne is a real person, but I'm sure there is actually a Bruce Wayne in the world, probably multiple. But I don't know. I can't get behind. Why would you want to go home, in the state the world's in especially, why would you want to go home and entertain yourself by hearing such depression? Like, I don't understand how that wouldn't cause someone to get depression or anxiety or some type of anything, like stress them out. Like, I don't need to hear about, like, I understand standing up and making sure, like, but they shouldn't be forgotten. I'm like, yeah, but it happens every single day. I don't need to be constantly bombarded with fact that, did you know that on this, 5 minutes ago, this person died. Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh, and 4 minutes ago, this woman got raped. Okay. And there's a missing boy that we want to know. Okay. Oh, and there was a missile strike in the. Okay. Like, can someone tell a joke? Can I smile at all in this 24-hour day, please? Because you can't sit down and watch Forensic Files and smile. Can't enjoy hearing about that stuff. So that's what I mean. I can still get enjoyment out of watching like a Spartacus episode, and it's horrible. People are getting raped in like the Spartacus TV series, but I can enjoy the episode and the character drama and the flow and stuff, and I understand that happened. But these are fictitious versions of characters in history. It didn't necessarily happen that way. This didn't really happen, So I don't know. I guess I'm not making much sense, but I don't know. I just don't get behind it. Yeah, it was a strange name. It was not Don Quixote, Don something. That's why I don't watch the news. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Anything major happens, your phone updates anyway these days. So I don't watch the like 5 o'clock news or anything. My parents still do, and I think that's just a sign of the times. Young people aren't going to sit there and watch the news at 5 o'clock. I barely read the paper. I do it if I'm bored. No, laughter is not permitted. Only depression and sadness. Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to drop off some people. It's been long enough. We did what we accomplished. What? We did what we set out to do and set out to accomplish, which we did. Yay. I read the chapter. I think the chapter was good. I understand why people hyped it, especially hyping it for me. So thank you to all you guys. Thank you to all the guys in the Discord that did hype it for me. Thank you once again. I think this is the 4th or 5th time I've said hype up Vib, Vib. Hype up Vib, because Vib is one of the people that works so tirelessly on the One Punch Man chapters to bring them to you all. So, yep. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed. Quick summary, as I said, chapter was good. I would give it a 7. Mixing, matching the order of the scenes would have made it higher, maybe an 8, maybe higher. The Garo hype is real. Waiting for the hype. Waiting for that beauty that is Garo. That beautiful, perfect, the thing that makes me want to read One Punch Man character. It's there. So yeah. Anyways, guys, let's see. Great stream, man. Yep. Great stream. Glad you got some enjoyment out of it. From Keishan. Yep. Thanks, man. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for being a good mod. I haven't set up any other mods actually in the chat. I probably should do that to a few of you cats. Anyways, guys. So yeah, this was my just regular old Griever stream. Just featuring the One Punch Man chapter 121 read through. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Once again, I call bullshit on Child Emperor dodging something of that velocity and speed. That's my one major real gripe with the chapter, and I don't really get that ending line. Maybe, I don't want to insult Vib or anybody, but maybe that was not... I can't say it wasn't translated correctly, because it sounds like something Child Emperor would say. It just sounded stupid. So, but anyways, the Garo hype is real. I hope we get some more Garo. Let's see some Dark Shine Garo, chapter 122. I am hyped for the next chapter. Just so you guys are clear, that first half still made me hype for the next chapter, assuming and hoping that we get some more Garo. So, that being said, don't forget to hit the bell notification, and if you want to know when I drop a video and stuff. And don't forget, if you guys like the people in the chat, if you've been reading the chat and you've just been keeping silent, if you're new to the stream, if you're new to me, if you're new to YouTube, if you're new to Discord, if you're new to all of it, hit the Discord link down in the, I made it a non-expiry link, so you guys can hit that link. You can join the Kingdom of the Lionheart, brand new Discord, only a week old. Great people in there. Everybody's great. I haven't had a problem yet, and when I do, people will start being kicked. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, keep your civil debates and stuff like that, and you'll do just fine. I really don't know how to end a stream. I'm used to ending videos. Don't really know how to end a stream. Alright. Well, I guess we're just going to sign off. I miss my ponytail, Jesus. I'm so used to doing that with my hair. Tie it back. But, been a long while for that. Anyways, before I keep rambling about stupid shit, once again, thanks for everyone who showed up. Thanks for liking, guys. Hope to do more streams in the future, especially now that I have a Discord. So, yeah. See you guys later. Drink responsibly. Oh, wait, I don't need to do that pause thing, do I? Like, yeah. So I usually do that to end the My God, I'm bad at streams. Okay, might not stream for a while until I get better at this. Okay.